Hey guys, Anthony 4x4 Diesel. Isn't this looking heaps better? This is the 2000 and, I'm going to get all my numbers mixed up. 2009 120 Prado with 270,000 Ks, right? Because the 270 is confusing me. I want to tell you it's a 2007. It's not. It's a 2009. Last of the best of the 120s. Now, doesn't this look better? A couple of things you'll notice. If you watch the videos from the start, I think this could be the 5th video, maybe 5 or 6, somewhere there. Or there might be, we're going to show you, I don't know if it's going to be in this video towards the end of it or the next video, but we're going to show you what the engine sounds like with the new squirters in there before we change the suction control valve. We're going to have a look at the fuel pressure. We're going to look at a number of things. But at this point, what I really wanted to come in and show you was, doesn't that just look heaps better? It's all nice and clean. Look at these injectors, right? You just know they're fresh, nice and clean. One of the tips I want to give you at this point is, don't worry. I don't know how much you can see in the picture from the camera. Don't worry about the alignment of the solenoids. Some people look, but the injectors aren't straight, and they look at the tops. These are the solenoids, these plastic things, right? Electronic solenoid. Now, those are torqued to specification, right? It's like a nut, they screw on to a specification. And you don't need to know or to touch that. But what you need to know is that means these can end up facing a little bit, 5 or 10, usually not more than about 5 or 10 degrees out of, out of position, if you know what I mean. What matters is, as we've discussed before, is the injector alignment, right? And that's where the injector, the inlet, everything, the pipe, it goes in and out, right, through the valve cover. That's where the alignment needs to be spot on, bada bing. And anyone that's watching this video, it's going to give you the hot tip soon. We'll probably have a video replacing the injectors on a 1GD FTV, maybe with removing the manifold. It's going to be a big video. Might be one of those ones that stays in the VIP group. There's so much in the VIP group, right? It's all in there. I reckon probably 80% of the members in the VIP group don't even know how much is in there. There's years of information. Now, a lot of it goes on YouTube now. A lot of it, it's private in the VIP group. But before that, there was a lot of information posted directly onto Facebook, onto our VIP group. So if you're not in there yet, or you've just got in there recently, or you see this video and you know they're in there, you've got to scroll all the way to the bottom. Just go to the oldest post and work your way through and have a look at what's relevant for you. But just take a look at this. Doesn't this look better? Even though the EGR wasn't too bad, right? Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? Okay, it's probably not perfect, but things that don't need to be perfect, it looks pretty good. But we're going to do another little bit of R&D, right? I don't know if I can tell you on this video. It'd be top secret if I told you I'd have to kill you, and we can't do that. So I don't know whether I should include that info. Look, all I'm going to say is we're doing something different on this vehicle, and we need to it all depends. Got to be quite upfront here and tell you that the client brought the vehicle in, didn't give us some of the information about how it was blowing smoke and rough idle and coughing and spluttering and like running on 3 cylinders almost. But the good news is he had checked. Got a dirty big blowfly there. Look at him. What's going on, mate? Get out of here. Anyway, he checked the oil pickup. That was the good news. These injectors, they've been in there a long time. They weren't running well. The engine's still done 270,000 Ks, right? So don't tell me, you just don't know. Sometimes you can get lucky, okay? Now, the point I want to make is, if this engine splits a piston, and that's what I want to call it for this video, splits a piston, pops a piston valve, splits a piston, bada bing, bada boom, well, is there going to be any surprise really? It's been towing a caravan around with 270,000 Ks, the original injectors. This is an example of, this is where things could go wrong, okay? So anytime, you tell me, how long does it take from that tiny little hairline crack that started to be a full-blown split across the top and then blow a hole through the middle? It could take thousands of kilometers, right? We already know that. So if something like that happens to this one, take your mental note now. I'm going to let you know, this doesn't, to be quite honest, any vehicle that's ever been in our Prado hospital, and there's a few who have been through here, we've never, ever had one that we've put injectors in, even at late notice like this, that's come back. So the odds of it happening are so low. Don't get sucked into the, the garbage. Look, it's not necessarily garbage, but there's hundreds of thousands of these things. And every now and then, when you do this to the vehicle, 270,000 Ks with no maintenance is how I'm going to say. It's really 270 Ks with no maintenance. You haven't changed injectors. When you do that, there's going to be the odd one that isn't so lucky. So anyway, let's have a look around as we get it back together, see what else we can see. We've got a few other clamps and clips to fix up. We've been fixing up a few things as we go, but you can see everything's really clean. Nice new clean cover, nice new seals, nice new injectors, nice new pipes, nice clean EGR, and there's a bit of R&D going on. And we're gonna, the point was, he said, he's gonna sell it, but he didn't want to sell it like that. Now, I should have jerried then, because I thought, hang on, who's gonna come and spend money like that to fix up a vehicle? And that's great, but who's going to do that to sell it? And I'm like, no, I'm thinking you should maybe keep it. But anyway, that's up to him what he does. We'll give advice saying, hey, look, maybe hold on to it for now at least. We'll let you know when something better to replace it with comes up. But of course, it's your decision. But the point is, we're doing a bit of R&TU here, and I can't tell you what it is yet. It'll be in a later video. But what we'll be looking for if we ever get it back is how clean does this EGR valve stay? Because let's just kind of say nothing's changed with this one. Something's a bit stuck. If you watch the other videos, something's a bit stuck. We didn't do anything. We couldn't fix it. We don't know how to fix it. Okay, so something's a bit stuck. We haven't R&TU'd that before. We haven't done that. It's just how it is. It's getting no engine lights. It's not getting any codes, any engine lights or anything like that. So why would we change anything if something's a bit stuck and we can't fix it? And let's just see, because a lot of that, what was in the EGR valve may have been, sort of old mess, and it's been self-cleaning for a while now. So we've done the clean and finished off cleaning it. I'm curious to have a look in there in another 5,000 or 10,000 Ks and see if it still looks just like that pretty much. Or maybe a little bit oily, but looking pretty good like that. Anyway, guys, we'll keep getting it back together. If there's anything else important, I'll let you know. And we'll certainly, either later in this video or the next one, have a listen to see, is this engine stuffed and we've just wasted our time putting injectors into it, or is it all good now? Okay, time for one of those little quick fixes. Yeah, it's a bit dark here. So let's go over the bench and I'll show you. This is the sort of thing that's maybe in the VIP group. There's a whole heap of stuff there, but lots of things like this, right? So often on the 120s, for example, the wiring loom runs along here. Well, that always happens on the 120, 1KD FTV. But these clips are often broken because they get old and brittle. There's not that much, look, there's not much there for it to stay in one piece. So they break off. So what you do is just get rid of the top half and you put a zip tie in there, right? There you go, mate. What a great idea that is, hey? Anyone would think of that. It's not really, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. And that works really well. So you leave the base section in there. You got another one here. Sometimes there's usually, not sometimes, it's usually a brown one there. They do have brown ones. And what happens, they get all brittle and the plastic falls to pieces. So that's fair enough. But usually what happens, the piece that stays in the bottom is still there. So then you just break it away with your finger or just snip off each end. And you'll have the little piece, and it'll have a little piece at the bottom that you can just put a zip tie through, and then you'll still be able to swivel it and all that, right? So that's pretty cool. Or it'll be like this one where it came in and it just didn't have anything there. What we do there is we drill another hole through here, right here. So then we put the zip tie through this side and back out that hole and around the cable, okay? So there's one of your little quick fix tech tips. Let's see what else we got for you. Here we go. Now here's another little one for you. So this is the one, where the hell does this go now? Timing belt? It's not timing belt, it's on the timing belt cover, but it clips in there and you can see no zip tie. So you just insert a zip tie. How good's that? So you don't need to get rid of it all together and put a zip tie around there. You leave, what's the word when you save the last little bit? I get this all the time. Hasn't happened to me for ages, actually. I used to get this, remember in older videos, I'd go, what's that word, what's that? Yeah, there's a word, you can put it in the comments, where you're like, you save what you've got, the last of what you got. Yeah, I can't. You know the word anyway. We're saving that bit and we're putting that. I'll be looking in the comments anyway, and I'll reply and I'll say, yep, that's the one, or I'll give you a little love heart if you're right. There you go. Okay, here we are. We've got it all back together. We've just put the conversation codes in. That's why you can hear the turbo. And we're about to start it up. And I expect it to be a bit of a cough and splutter to get it going after the cleanup. Let's hit it, mate. Crank it when you're ready, and we'll see what happens. Pretty good to me. For now, that's a bada bing, bada boom. What we're going to do, we're going to have a look at the diagnostic readings on one final video coming your way soon. Subscribe, turn the bell on, hit the thumbs up. Thank you very much.